Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to my rail route Let's Play. Last time we started our urban dudes going round. We may only actually have, I think, one of them. I can't remember now. Let's have a look. Oh, maybe two. We got two going now. I think what happened was, and I can't be sure, that after the episode, I got one going round the other way as well. I can't remember whether I did it in the episode or after, but it's here now. And I've gone round and done a couple of little fixes. For example, over here we've got the routing sensors inside the blocks now. So this is something that we discovered recently that was a new feature in the game, that we could now put those routing sensors inside the auto blocks and link them to the signals, which is absolutely fantastic. I did some changes around Motherwell actually, so we've now got this two separate bits of track here where they can go in from Motherwell to Newton, and the way that the routing works as well. Now, to get this in, I had to remove the crossover in. Did I have to remove the crossover? What, there's room for the crossover? I had to get rid of the crossover after Motherwell and the connection to Kings Park. We weren't using it anyway. So I disconnected that, made it simpler, and everything is flowing really quite well now. We haven't got any of those kind of repetitive green loops. I've got rid of them purely because I don't like seeing them. It makes me think that a piece of track is reserved for a train when it's not always the case. So instead, we've just got routing sensors everywhere, even if it's just go forward onto the next piece of track. So the trains are flowing beautifully, money is increasing, and speaking of features like the addition of the routing sensor to auto blocks, I've actually seen a sneak peek at some of the upcoming features and unlocks, and I like what the developer is doing. Sometimes you get a game like this and you go, yeah, this game is pretty much there and it's fun. It would be nice if it had more, but this is cool. And that's what I thought about this one. But then sometimes you don't really get anything else, and it kind of like just stops, or there's an update every 7 months or something like that, or the updates are just tiny little things that you're not really bothered about. That's not been the case with Railroute. I really feel that the alphas, this alpha, no wait, no, it's not alpha, it's I'm back, my brain's working again. Early access. Yeah, so you see some games in early access and they don't really go anywhere. That's not the case with Railroute. I'm really impressed with the way that things are growing. The development team's growing, what they're outputting is growing, and all the features are growing. It's brilliant. So one of the comments that I've been getting is add more urban. So I was like, yes, that sounds like a good idea. We're going to do a little bit of all sorts today. So we're going to do a little bit of checking, fixing, making sure that everything's running smoothly. It appears to be the case, but we're going to keep an eye out for any problems. And we're also going to look for opportunities to improve things. So not going to look at the contracts just yet. Don't know why I opened that. But Platform 1 at Glasgow Central isn't hooked up. Can I hook it up and make it into something nice? So I can't think of any track combination here which would allow me to get that in with the crossover where it is, and we kind of need that like that. And over here there isn't really the option either, and this line isn't is only one way really, it's just a through. It would be nice to be able to have a connection up here where it could stop. So yeah, both of these auto blocks are eastbound. What we need to do is get the westbound up there, and I don't think that's going to happen. Like, we could come from here, I don't think we could go through there, and then it just doesn't connect. So I can't really think of a nice way of doing it, unless maybe we move, I don't know. And there goes one of the urban trains, by the way. Absolutely fantastic little service. Just disappeared into the auto block. So I'm really not sure about Platform 1 at Glasgow Central. I mean, I can't see any use for it at all. Now, one of the things that I've struggled recently is how I could possibly connect up Easterhouse. And it has been a big problem for me because I've got this weird connection down here between Bridgeton, Cumberland, Glasgow Central and Newton. This messy mass, and we've actually got quite a small area to do it in. I can't think of a neat way of doing it. I needed this kind of weird angle to be able to get this crossover in and use this middle station how I want to. So again, not great. Now I'm keeping an eye out for the clockwise service, because at the minute we've seen the anti-clockwise. Oh, there it is. There is the clockwise service. So this is the service that comes from Glasgow Central and goes around the other way. So you can see now it's coming round to MacLeod. I don't know if it's going to be able to enter the station because we've got a train that's heading out to Bridgeton. I think it might go to platform 1. Yeah, it's going to platform 1, which is quite nice. But this train actually comes into Ashfield, I think, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. So it comes from Queen Street into Ashfield and then back up and round, which is nice. Let's see if there's any more contracts for that. So we've got a one-off intercity. I'm not really interested in one-offs. We've got a commuter here, but it wants us to go to a brand new place. I'm not ready to expand right now. Things are running quite well. I don't want to break that. And I think maybe next time is when we'll probably be looking at connecting up just the remaining stations, because there isn't that much more left to go in terms of stations and routing. So somehow we've got to redo this junction to connect up Patrick. I have no idea how that's going to happen. And then somehow we've got to get through here from Glasgow Central. Ooh. Let's just have a quick look at that. Can we come straight down? No, we can't. Yeah, I mean, from here we can come down like this, and from there we can come down. So that kind of does the job. Actually, that does do the job quite nicely. Wow, I thought that was going to be... You know what? Let's just get some of this in, because I started looking at it, and now I'm thinking about it, and now I want to do it. So I'm doing it. There we go. And then let's purchase... I wasn't planning on doing this today, but it's happening anyway, isn't it? Purchase the platforms. There we go. And the auto blocks. Come on. And then probably upgrade the track speed. Fantastic. And then coming out of here, ideally we want that kind of crossover segment. I don't know if we're going to have room for it. So if we do... Oh, no, that's not going to work, is it? Interesting. How are we going to do this? I haven't got room to do what I would normally do. I mean, we've got enough room to come up here and go in there. That's fine. And give that one too. And I guess we could go straight on if we wanted there as well. But then how would we get up to platform 1 from there? I guess something like this is getting messy. And then... yeah, then we just hit this and it's just horrible. Yeah, I don't know actually. I mean, I don't know whether we should do something different here. Like use platform 1 and 2 as auxiliaries. Yeah, I think so. We could use them as terminus auxiliaries as well. So we have the through stage. Yeah, I think that's like a good idea. Okay, come on. That's what we'll do. So we're going to go like this. And then on this side we've got probably the least room. So we will bring that one down there like that. We'll have to have arrival sensors before the block there. That works fine for me. And then we'll come out here like this. But like, I don't know. Oh, we're out of money? Wow. We only built a little bit of railway line and we spent like 1/3 Well, let's just quickly get rid of that bit of track. We don't need that. So when we come out of this station, we've got a weird junction down here to do. And then we've got to connect car stairs up somehow. I think that's going to be alright. That's going to be fine. I think the junction down here is going to be very similar to the junction we've got up there. Something simple, no tunnels. I don't think we need it. We're not going to do like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a clover leaf from OpenTTD. That'd be no good at all. But overall, yeah, that's starting to look pretty good. So next up, we're going to have a look at some more contracts. Again, we got some one-off things that I'm not interested in at the minute. So let's get rid of the one-off intercity. Let's get rid of the one-off freight. And I've found actually a good thing that I like to do is pause when I'm declining contracts, because when you get a new contract, it comes in at the front, like the top. The newest one is always at the top, and then the rest shift down. And if something comes in as you're clicking the button, then you can accidentally decline the wrong thing. And I'm sure the developer is going to tweak that and make it somehow a little bit more user-friendly. I don't know what that may be or how it may look, but I currently pause the game whilst declining things. So we've got a freight down here I want to decline. We've got new urban transit from Glasgow. That sounds like a fantastic thing to do. So we're going to accept that pretty soon. Let's have a look at the timetable at Glasgow. So we have trains coming in out on platform 7. That train at platform 7 is probably going to want to come into the coach yard pretty soon. And this commuter comes from Whifflet and then goes into the depot. So we've got one going into the depot here and one going into the depot there. So I think between the two, that's when we'll accept this contract for the train to come out. So for some reason that signal was stuck on. We're going to have to keep an eye on that to see if that issue happens again. And it looks like we've got a couple of trains that want to go into that depot. Yep, this one's going in now. So as soon as this one's come in, we will accept the urban transit. Oh, there's two of them. One of them pays a lot more than the other one. And we've got good speeds. So here we go. Pausing it. Glasgow Central, accept. Glasgow Central from coach yard now. And we will get that train up to platform 2. Because we're going to have this one go clockwise again. Which means from platform 2 we can just slip down on this line up to Cumberland just there. Again, look, we've got a signal that's stuck on. Let's turn that off. I wonder, is that a bug or is it the way that I've designed the network? If you're watching this now and you know why, sometimes these signals just seem to stick on. Let me know what you think. Now, let me know why that is. So I just made sure that that train's got its next bit of its journey planned out. I don't know how long it's going to stay there for. Let's have a look. Oh, it's already on its way. I think that train down there is Glasgow Central, so we can already do this. There we go. Now, there's no trains around here, so there's no deficit in already planning that route. There's no train coming the other way either, so let's get it to come in here. And I think platform 2. Then we'll turn it around, and this time I think what we'll do is we'll see if we can figure out a way to change this track, or at least upgrade the track, and get it to go to Ashfield before Queen Street. So if we sell this signal and put it back in again. See, that's an arrival sensor, which we do need actually before Queen Street. Can we have a routing sensor as well? So we can put an arrival sensor there and then a routing sensor here and have the track split. And actually come right down here, but we can't connect it up. Actually says no destinations. There's nowhere for that to go. I mean, it's too bad we can't just make it go straight under there. Even if we put a track end, it's not going to do it, is it? You look, connection, impossible. I think that's one of the things that they're going to be showing us. Is we're going to show the possible layouts of those pieces of track. I don't know how we would possibly get that line down there. There's certainly no way around here, or at least no space around here to put a connection in. Let's just dial that back. Oh dear. So there is room here to fork off, and there's room to put a tunnel entrance in. But then there's nowhere where that tunnel entrance can connect to. If we just do we could just do a line that goes straight down. Again, though, it wouldn't go anywhere. You'd come off here, go straight down, and yes, you could connect up there and go into platform 4, or even platform 3. But you're not going to be able to go this way to Ashfield. I suppose you could go into platform 3 and then stop and turn around, but that's all very messy. Yeah, I'm not sure there's a good way of doing this. Let's remove this routing sensor and put this back to how it was. Get the auto signal down here. Get the arrival sensor in right before it. Connect up the arrival sensor to the signal and then fix this station to say all trains go through to this track. There we go. This I think I don't know how difficult this map is compared to the other maps. I'm not an expert in all the different maps. Maybe you know the answer of the like a kind of difficulty rating for this. But this feels very restrictive in many areas. Look, you've got very little room to actually add any extra track and turny bits. I mean, we've got all this space here, but it is pretty much useless. There's next to nothing I can do with that. Unless you did a turny round thing. But I don't know. So for this train, we're going to do a stop and reverse. And then we will approve it to come out. Now we just have to check there's nothing coming in its way. Looks like we're okay. Now we've got a train coming into Glasgow Central here, but that didn't force that signal to stay green. So I have no idea what the problem was. So we're going to go through Queen Street. We could actually come back on this one. Oh, I like that. We're going to come this way. Ooh, into a nice little loop. So we're not going to go Queen Street and then straight back to Glasgow Central. We're going to come via Cumberland again and back in and round. Oh, that's good. That is a nice little loop. These I'm loving these urban contracts. I mean, obviously we just started with them last time. We've got so much more that we can do. Just keeping an eye out on the network to see if there's going to be any contracts that are going to clash with this one. I'm not seeing any at the moment. And I know most of the contracts from Bridgeton coming up here use platform 2, which is a little bit weird. Normally if you're pulling into a platform and turning around and going back the other way, I would put them on one of the outer platforms, so it's not... But then again, we've got a coach yard there messing things up, so... Here we go. We're coming into Queen Street, we're going to head up this way. We need to make sure that this departure sensor is set up correctly, because I'm pretty sure this departure sensor just tells it to go one way. Which now will be no good because we've got an extra little loop going the other bit. I wonder if you could just get an urban train to go round and around and around and around between two stations a large number of times and then go back to Glasgow Central. I'm not sure if that's possible. Let me know down in the comments if you think it is. There we go. So we're just saving up money really to do the expansion. I did start the expansion and I know we're supposed to be doing it next time, but I couldn't help myself. I just want to build some track. And there we go. We're actually coming through. I'm glad I didn't actually do the next signal in the loop, because that would have stopped these trains from going to where they needed to go. And we're just going to wait just a moment. I think we're clear. Yeah, we're clear to put the next signal in. And I think we're going to be clear for this one as well. Look, there's the next urban one. This is the westbound urban at Glasgow Central, which is why it's coming into platform 7. 7's a dead end down there. So it comes into 7 and then turn around and goes the other way. So we will select that tunnel now. I don't think we've got a train coming. And we'll bring it into platform 6. Because platform 6 is a westbound platform, and we can't go into platform 7, and I like to try and keep platforms 4 and 5 free for intercity. In the meantime, our westbound urban train is on its way. It's going to Queen Street, and then the final stop for this one will be back at the coach yard, and hopefully we'll get a really good amount of money for that. We've got an intercity actually coming in and through. I don't know if this intercity is going to get stopped by this urban train. Let's cancel this in case this train's going straight through. Oh, there we go. Wow. We got 100% for this train, which is brilliant. Okay. We did 2 to 5 stations. The average speed was spot on. Absolutely brilliant. Accept that contract. We're going to wait for the intercity train to come through. We're also going to wait for the commuter train to come out of here. And I think the automation actually sent it to the coach yard by itself, because it says finished to coach yard. So that train had finished its journey and knew it needed to go to the coach yard. So that's fine. Of the other urban train is about to come into Ashfield. Why it comes into platform 3, I have no idea. That just doesn't seem like a good platform for it to come into. But there we go. We've done some tweaks. We've done some expansions. We've looked at some of the features of the game at the minute, and we put another urban service in, which did a nice little loop there. I kind of like that. So we've got trains travelling all over this network now. Absolutely fantastic. Well, I hope you're enjoying the series. Please do keep your comments coming in on the series. Your comments not only help guide me, help me find out more things, but also I'm helping you guys out as well by providing information and stuff. It's really absolutely brilliant to see the comments doing that, and thank you very much for all of your support. Now, of course, speaking of support, the channel wouldn't be continuing and running without the Viewer Plus subscribers. So if you want to look into a way to support the channel, one of the ways you can do that is Viewer Plus. Head out to the website for more information about that. But all those thoughts, ideas and questions down in the comment section, and I will see you next time. That's all from me for now. Take care and goodbye.